Hello everyone, welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to explain the control of a double acting hydraulic cylinder, or we can say I am going to explain the working of double acting hydraulic cylinder. Already in the previous session, I am discussed about the working of a single acting cylinder, and here I am going to explain about the double acting cylinder. Double acting cylinder means what we'll take first, and later how it works that we are going to discuss. Here, double acting cylinder means in the single acting cylinder only the pressurizer fluid will be supplied on the piston end side, and rod end side there is a spring, and by that spring force only the retraction of the piston is taking place. And here in the double acting cylinder on the rod end side also the pressurizer fluid is supplied during the retraction stroke. This double acting cylinder particularly used, the load is applied during the extension as well as during the retraction also. Usually the load is applied on the both the side moment of the piston, and that is called as a double acting cylinder. And this double acting cylinder working we can explain. First we'll take the what are the parts are there. Here also the same tank, the filter and the pump we are going to use, and the direction control valve. Here the uh, 4 by 3 directional control valve we are going to use. That means the 4 ports and the 3 positions. Direction control valve we are going to use for the double acting cylinder controlling. In the single acting controlling, we can use the 3 by 2, but here we cannot use that one. Here we require the 4 by 2 direction control valve. ECV. And actuation method maybe it is a manually, or it may be a pneumatic, or it may be a solenoid, or it may be mechanical, anything we can use. And the neutral position will be reached by using the spring. And this is the pressure relief valve. And there are three envelopes, or three the positions we can call. This is a left envelope, and this is central envelope and right envelope, or we can say that it was left position, center position and the right position. First we'll take that is left position, and here the pump line whatever is there, this pump line will be connected to a piston end side of the cylinder. This is piston end side of the cylinder. During that time, the whatever the line is there from the rod end side, that will be connecting to a tank. That will be connecting to a tank, and during that time, the extension of the piston is taking place. And that is the left position, it is a working position. In the neutral position or a neutral envelope, this flow whatever is there, the pump is directed to this. Here only it will be closed the pump, and here this also the pump line is closed, as well as the this uh, whatever the tank line is there, that also connected each other. The pump and tank line both are connected, so that whatever the flow is there from the pump, okay, that is coming back to the this tank line. Okay, actually this is the pump line and this is tank line. If you take commonly, the pump line is directed to the this tank, and between these two the switching of the left envelope and the center position, that's between this one if the pressure builds up, and that is the pressurizer fluid will be directed by using the pressure relief valve to the tank. Okay. Here to the tank the pressure the riser fluid will be directed, and if it is reaches to the right envelope during that position, here the left envelope the flow is there from the pump. From the pump the flow will be directed to the rod end side of the cylinder, and during that time the retraction of the cylinder is taking place. Retraction of the cylinder piston is taking place, and the other side already flood we have supplied during the extend stroke on the piston end, and that fluid should be flowed back to the tank line through the direction control valve. Here we can see that is coming back to the this tank line through the direction control valve. Like this, if you connect the direction control valve on the left position or a left envelope, the extension of the piston is taking place at the neutral position or at the center position. Okay, the flow is directed to the tank from the pump directly. There is no working is taking place. And uh, during the right envelope or right position, the retraction of the piston is taking place and the fluid is pressurized fluid is flowing to the this rod inside of the cylinder and piston inside the fluid whatever is there that is coming back to the tank. Like this, the working of the double acting cylinder or controlling of the double acting cylinder is taking place. And this working also we can explain here by using this expansion. The four-way direction control valve are commonly used to control the operation of double acting cylinders. The four-way whatever is there, it is a 4 by 2 4 by 3 or 4 by 2. Okay, whatever may be positions, number of ports, how much are there, you can call that much ways. The four-way direction control valve. Okay, you commonly use it for control of operation of the double acting cylinders. And here valve shown in three positions. That is, one is extension. During the extension, the left envelope or left position we are going to use. Neutral position, central envelope, and under retraction, right envelope of the that uh, direction control valve is taking place. When the valve is in neutral position, the pump flow will be continuously flows back to the tank through the DCV. If it is in neutral position, the pump flow is directed to the tank through the direction control valve. Hence, with this, the actuator and pump are not pressurized. During that time, there is no actuator pressurized, pump is also not pressurized. When the valve is actuated to the left envelope, and valve is actuated to the left envelope position, the pressure line is connected to the piston end of the cylinder port, while the rod end port is directed to the tank. The rod end is directed to a tank. Under the pump pressure, the cylinder extends. At the same time, the oil from the rod end freely flows back to the tank through a DCV. At the end of the stroke, until the direction control valve is deactivated, the flows goes through the PRV. Okay, between the change, okay, the one position to the other position, the fluid pressure will be goes through the pressure relief valve. When the valve is actuated to the right envelope, the valve is actuated to the right envelope position. The pressure line is connected to the rod end port and the piston end port is connected to the tank line. Piston end port of the cylinder is connected to a tank line. This causes a cylinder retraction with the oil from the piston end flowing freely back to the tank. At the end of the stroke, the pressure buildups. At the end of the stroke, the switching time, whatever is there, the pressure buildups in the system, and that is released by using the pressure relief valve that opens and flows through the relief valve to the tank. Like this, the controlling of the double acting cylinder is taking place. Here we can see that one, the animation where how the controlling of the double acting cylinder is taking place. Here this is the vertical cylinder it is, and here this side is a piston end and this is the rod end side of the cylinder. And during the extension, the pressurized fluid is flowing in this one piston inside, the working is taking place. During that time, the flow from the rod end side is going back to the tank. During the retraction, okay, the pressurized fluid is flowing on the rod end side and fluid from the that piston end side will be coming back to the this tank. And this direction control valve. It is a spring central and that is a lever operated direction control valve. And the three position, the positions it is not taking, and we can take the how we have taken in the previously. From that only we can come to know that. And here this is the pump, this is the Actuator line, and this is a back line, this is a tank line. The four lines which are there, how those are connecting to this one. There's a pump line which is connecting to this direction control valve, and actuator line is connecting to the during the extension. Back line is connecting to a tank. And this is the pressure relief valve. Whenever during switching between the two positions of the direction control valve, if the pressure buildups, okay, if the not switched, if time is taken for the switching, during that time, through the pressure relief valve, the fluid will be going back to the tank. We can see here, fluid is going back to the tank when the pressure buildups. Like this, the controlling of the double acting cylinder we can carry out. And this is the very simple basic working of the hydraulic system. And further, the different types of the systems I am going to explain in the further sessions. Thanks for watching. If you like, share, subscribe, and comment.